What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Big Fight Fuel channel, where we speak the truth, we're honest, and we give out takes on AEW. It is Wednesday night, I was about to say June 17th, June 14th, 2023. Just looking at my phone for a minute, putting it down, one glance at Twitter. What an excellent show. What an excellent show tonight from Washington, D.C., the Capital One Arena, where it all began for AEW. And the show was incredible tonight. When you saw the opening match between MJF and Adam Cole, and the match that they had, I knew it was going to be that type of night, and it was. We started out great, and we finished great with a fucking chaotic ending. We got the return of Eddie Kingston, Konosuke Takeshita and Don Callis, Kenny Omega, and a surprise attack on Kenny Omega by Will Ospreay. Absolutely insane. We got a Collision on Saturday, too. Just a quick programming note for you guys for Saturday night. It's going to be a big night. I'm pulling a doubleheader Saturday. Yes, I'm going to rest up on all that. I'm pulling a doubleheader Saturday. I'm going live for a live watch along during Collision on Saturday night. And then right afterwards, I'm going to be joined by Wesley Williams for the Collision review here on the Big Fight Fuel channel. So you're getting a live watch along from me, and you're getting a review afterwards. So you're getting a 2-for-1 special from your boy on Saturday night. It's the debut episode, so I gotta go all out for this, man. I'm very, very excited for Saturday night, and I don't think there's much competition on Saturday night. So I do think that AEW is going to get a good number. I do think for the first episode of Collision, I think AEW is going to get a good number on Saturday night. We'll talk about the card later on when we get to the matches. We got more matches announced tonight for Forbidden Door. That's one of the things I didn't want to happen. We're about 11 days out from Forbidden Door, and we had 2 matches announced. We got 3 more, 2, but basically 3 matches confirmed for Forbidden Door. But if you haven't already, man, I dropped a news video Sunday night here on the channel, talking all things AEW, Collision, Forbidden Door, everything leading up to this Dynamite show. AEW is just crazy right now, man. So if you haven't checked it out, be sure to go ahead and check it out. We're going to be dropping all the AEW content this summer, man. We got so much coming up this summer. You have no idea. You're going to have Collision on Saturdays, okay? You're going to have Dynamite as usual on Wednesdays. So now you're adding Collision. You're getting Dynamite and Collision guaranteed from me every single week. Next week's Forbidden Door. So you're probably getting predictions on Thursday, and you're getting a watch along for Forbidden Door next Sunday, man. Unbelievable. The content is going to keep up rolling. We got All In at Wembley Stadium. We got Death Before Dishonor for the Ring of Honor. It's going to be a crazy summer, man. You better subscribe to the Big Fight Fuel channel. We're literally 2 subs, okay? 2 subscribers away until 500 subscribers, man. Can we get to 500 before Saturday's watch along? That's the goal. 500 subs before Collision on Saturday. That's the goal, man. Let's talk about this Dynamite show. Washington, D.C., we opened up with Adam Cole, baby, against MJF. This was a classic. I cannot even believe that we got this match on free television. And you know what? I'm so stupid for it. Because when they first announced the match, I'm like, I don't like it. Yes, it's going to be a great match, but I don't like that we're getting MJF and Adam Cole so early in their rivalry right now. And tonight, they shut me up. I sat there and I watched a classic, a TV classic for 30 minutes. If you're going back at the end of the year and thinking of TV match of the year, what was the best match on television? AEW Dynamite, Collision, Raw, SmackDown, NXT. I don't watch NXT. I don't even watch Raw, but I'm just going to throw them in there anyway. This could be this. This is up there. Did these guys absolutely killed it? You got everything. I'm not going to go over the match because it's just a lot to talk about with the way the match was for 30 minutes. You got to go back and watch it for yourself. But you got everything you wanted. You want the great in-ring action from both guys. You got it. You want the storytelling from both guys. You got it. MJF tried to cheat his way the whole match. Low blows, the Dynamite Diamond Ring, the World Championship. Adam Cole actually cheated for a bit and hit MJF with the World Championship while he was down. He got a close to near fall there. And let me tell you, the drama, the fucking drama in this match was crazy, man. Bryce Remsburg gets knocked down, and MJF goes for the belt, and Bryce gets up and he falls again, and the crowd starts chanting "You effed up" at MJF, and then Adam Cole takes the belt and he hits MJF with it. He hits a super kick, a Panama Sunrise, and a boom. I thought the match was over, man. Bryce Remsburg, he gets back up and he does those slow 1, 2, and MJF kicked out. I had the fucking off face when MJF kicked out. You know when you're shocked at something that you just cannot believe that happened? That was me. When MJF kicked out of the boom, I just had that off face, and I'm like shocked that MJF did not lose to Adam Cole at that point in the match. The ending, also dramatic. Another boom from Adam Cole, and he was literally a second away from pinning MJF. Remsburg counts 1, 2, and the time limit draw is the result. Adam Cole and MJF go to a time limit draw. I didn't even think about it when I first thought of what was going to happen, but I love it. It protects MJF from taking a loss, which he shouldn't be because he's the world champion. He's the top guy in AEW right now. Okay? He should not have been taking that loss to Adam Cole. So that was great. I predicted him to beat Adam Cole because of Chris Jericho. I'm glad we didn't go that route. Okay? It seems like we're getting a summer-long program between MJF and Adam Cole, and it's going to lead to Adam Cole continue to chase and chase and chase after MJF until we eventually get to Wembley Stadium. And that will be the rematch of this unbelievable match we had tonight between MJF and Adam Cole. We're getting a full summer of MJF versus Adam Cole, and I'm here for it. But before we get there, later on in the night, there's a video package played by Hiroshi Tanahashi, and these are the two biggest things that happened on the show tonight. This match and what I'm about to tell you right now. There's a video package played by Hiroshi Tanahashi saying last year at Forbidden Door, he faced Jon Moxley. He was going for an interim world championship, and he came so close. This year, he actually wants to be the world champion and get it done at Forbidden Door. So he challenged MJF for the world championship at Forbidden Door. And then MJF was like, I'm not wrestling these indie schmucks. Tony Khan didn't inform me that he was booking me for a match at Forbidden Door. And he's like, sorry, bud, I'm not accepting your offer. And he said, it's not the first time that I no-showed a match. He's going all the way back to last year, Double or Nothing, when he almost no-showed his match against Wardlow because there was frustrations between him and Tony Khan that, he wasn't getting paid. But huge news. Your main event was announced for Forbidden Door. Hiroshi Tanahashi versus MJF for the AEW World Championship. And with these matches being announced for Forbidden Door, I know what the wrestling community geek is going to tweet out. That's why I don't associate myself. I don't associate myself with the wrestling community anymore, man. I associate myself with the Miami Dolphins community. And when it's important, the Sixers community, okay? I don't associate myself with these clowns. When I feel like tweeting about AEW, I will tweet about AEW. I rarely and I barely tweet about WWE. Maybe once a month when it's the pay-per-view. Anyway, sorry about my little rant right there. I completely forgot what I was going to say. The IWC tweeting, oh, Forbidden Door has no build. Oh, Forbidden Door, there's no stories going into Forbidden Door. Why is Tony Khan lacking stories? You're just dumb enough not to know that Forbidden Door is the one show per year where having a match with no stories is okay because it's all about dream matches. And that's what we're getting with Forbidden Door. We're getting dream matches. Hiroshi Tanahashi versus MJF is a dream match. Okada versus Danielson is a dream match. Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega, even though they fought earlier this year in Japan, they're fighting each other in a rematch in Canada. That's a dream match. And there's stories to those two matches. But my point is, Forbidden Door is the one show per year where you don't have to have stories for all these matches, and you can get away with it. So I'm loving it, man. We're getting Tanahashi versus MJF. I didn't know if MJF was going to be on the show. If he wasn't on the show, I say your main event should be Danielson versus Okada. But last pay-per-view, MJF was not on the main event of Double or Nothing. He was the co-main event. This time, he's got to be the main event. This time, him and Tanahashi, that's the main event of your show. So, moving on, we got Renee Paquette standing in the ring with Sammy Guevara. And Sammy's out there, mixed reaction, and she talks about failing at Double or Nothing and not being the world champion. And Darby Allin comes out, and he says, genuinely, he wants to congratulate Guevara on the baby girl, him and Ty Mello. They're having a girl later this year. Big congrats to them. Okay. Big congratulations to Sammy and Ty on that. But he said, I'm not here to talk about Double or Nothing. We lost, and we have to move on with our lives. I'm here to talk about you. And if you notice lately, the people are starting to love you again. And you got a mixed reaction. There's some people who like Sammy Guevara, and there's others who don't like Sammy Guevara. So he got a mixed reaction. And then all of a sudden, Chris Jericho came out. And he was pissed at Darby Allin. He told him to shut up and stand at the corner. And he called Darby Allin a little emo kid. And he got in Sammy's face. And he's like, look, man, for the 3 months you were chasing after MJF in the World Championship, you never texted me, you never called me, and you never asked for my advice. And Sammy's like, that's funny, because during those 3 months, you never called me, and you never texted me. and I thought you never cared about me. And Jericho is Sammy's mentor, and he's like, you're supposed to be my mentor, aren't you? And Jericho got really pissed, and Darby Allin, he then got on the microphone, and he's like, you're supposed to be a wizard, huh? He said, you're a wizard, but your magic in ring is running out, meaning that he thinks Jericho is washed. So Jericho was like, me and Sammy, we could beat you up right now, 2-on-1, and show you whose magic is running out. And Sammy's like, whoa, I'm not trying to fight Darby Allin right now. And then out came Sting. And this was really cool because this was the first face-to-face interaction ever in AEW between Chris Jericho and Sting. And they both had their baseball bats, and they both put it to each other's chin. And Jericho got pissed off, and Jericho left. So it looks like we're getting Chris Jericho's next feud, which is Darby Allin and Sting. And in the process, we're teasing Sammy Guevara leaving the Jericho Appreciation Society to go on his own. And if this is the way we're going, then Sammy versus Jericho at All In is the way to go. That's the biggest match you can do. That's a huge spotlight for Sammy in front of 90,000 people. I don't know how many people are going to be there. 70,000 people at Wembley Stadium. A match that's literally probably 4 years in the making. Ever since Sammy joined the Inner Circle, and he's been Jericho's mentor. So if that's the direction they're going, then I'm all for it. I think Sammy and Jericho is going to rule in the future when they have their match. And they teased like Sex Gods versus Sting and Darby Allin, which I think is happening next week. I'm not so sure, but I'm pretty sure that match is happening pretty soon. So that should be good as well. We got an 8-man tag. The Mogul Embassy, Swerve, Brian Cage, and the Gates of Agony. Brian Cage, completely new year. He's got face paint on now. I don't know, man. He looks ridiculous, if you're asking me. He looked ridiculous. That's all I'm saying. They took on Sting, Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy, and Keith Lee. Fun 8-man tag. Fun spot with the Mogul Embassy all hanging up Keith Lee and Swerve giving Keith the double stomp all the way to the ring. That was a really high, risky spot, but it was nice. Orange Cassidy came in, broke it up. They all got their finishers on the end and on the Mogul Embassy. Scorpion Death Drop to Brian Cage, Orange Punch, Coffin Drop, and Sting ended up getting the pinfall onto Brian Cage. In the back, during this match, we saw Daniel Garcia. And I thought Garcia was watching this match. After what happened with Sting, Darby Allin, and the Jericho Appreciation Society, I thought he was watching Sting and Darby Allin, and he didn't look impressed. And later on in the night, Orange Cassidy got interviewed by Renee. He talks all these challenges and stuff like that. Who's coming up to him, and someone just walked up to him, and it was Zack Sabre Jr., the New Japan World Television Champion. And Garcia walks up to him. He's like, "Hey, you know what? I'm the guy who came the closest to beat you for that international championship. I think I'm throwing my name in the hat for your title and the Pure title, the Ring of Honor Pure Championship." And he's like, "Where's Shibata?" And he's like, "Shibata's not here tonight, but Shibata will be here next week in Chicago, and the two of us can take on the two of you." So next week in Chicago, we're getting Orange Cassidy and Katsuyori Shibata against Daniel Garcia and Zack Sabre Jr. I don't know if that match is happening at Forbidden Door. I don't think it is, because I think that's being saved for Death Before Dishonor, because that's a Ring of Honor championship. So for all the people that are saying, oh, we're going to get Garcia and Shibata at Forbidden Door, I don't think that's happening. You're probably getting it at Death Before Dishonor, which I have absolutely no problem with. Jake Hager challenged Wardlow for the TNT Championship. He attacked Wardlow during his entrance. This was a very basic match. Matt Menard and Daddy Magic came out and tried to help Hager, but Arn Anderson blocked the aisle away, and he pulled out from his jacket, he pulled out the Glock, his gun, and he pulled out the Glock, and Brock Anderson was there, and Brock Anderson chased Daddy Magic and Cool Hand Edge to the back. Wardlow and Hager all by themselves. Hager with a Hager bomb onto Wardlow, and Wardlow kicked out. We then got Wardlow with the Swanton after a nice clothesline, and he hit 2 power bombs onto Wardlow. He hit 2 power bombs onto Hager, and Wardlow retained the TNT Championship. It's finally nice to see Wardlow retaining the championship on television. I can't even remember. I know he had the match with Christian. I don't think he had a title defense before that. So this was his second title defense. I'm not counting house shows that AEW does, but he defeated Christian. He defeated Hager tonight. Match was fine. It was very basic. The big story was what happened after the match. It was Christian and Luchasaurus popped up on the Titantron, and they said last week, 2 weeks ago, you issued a challenge to Luchasaurus that the business is not done, and if there's any time you want to step in the ring and challenge me, you're more than welcome. And Christian says that they accept their challenge, and it'll happen Saturday on Collision in Chicago for the TNT Championship. And Christian tells Wardlow, I wonder how you're going to win this time, because you're going to have to win by yourself. And they pan the camera in the background to Arn Anderson, who had his t-shirt all ripped up. He had blood dripping down his face. Wardlow chasing back to the locker room, going to find Arn Anderson. They did the same thing to Brock last week. Now they're laying Arn unconscious, bleeding. And it's happening Saturday night. Luchasaurus gets his shot at a singles championship against Wardlow, man. That should be exciting. I think it was 3 years ago during the pandemic era. They had a one-on-one match. I think it was a lumberjack match, but I'm not really a big fan of lumberjack matches. Like, I don't hate them, but they had a lumberjack match about 3 years ago, and it was very good, man. It was very fun. So I'm excited to see what they can do. No bullshit. That's just Wardlow and Luchasaurus going at it for the TNT Championship. It should be good. It should be a good match, and it'll get Wardlow another big win over another big guy. He will have defeated Christian, Jake Hager, and I think he beats Luchasaurus. Women's Championship on the line. Sky Blue won a number 1 contenders match on Rampage in a 4-way against Britt Baker, Nyla Rose, and Mercedes Martinez. She earned this match tonight. Her family was sitting ringside for this match. She took on the champion, Toni Storm. This was actually very fun, man, towards the end. It was a good match. The crowd was into it towards the end. The Outcasts were cheating. They actually sprayed spray paint onto Sky Blue's mom. So Sky Blue was furious. She grabbed Ruby. She attacked Toni, threw Toni back in the ring, and Toni hit her signature move. and she was going for the spray, but the referee took it from her, put it aside, and meanwhile, Sky Blue, she had her own blue spray, and she sprayed it onto Tony Storm, and the referee was being distracted by Ruby Soho. Meanwhile, at that point, Tony Storm just got hit by Sky Blue's finisher, and Sky Blue was looking for the 3 count. Referee finally turned around, 1-2. Tony Storm kicked out. Crowd in disbelief that Tony Storm kicked out. Then Tony Storm hit her pile driver, and Sky Blue kicked out. The crowd went crazy, but moments later, she put her in the cloverleaf, and Sky Blue quickly tapped out, and Tony Storm retained the AEW Women's Championship in a very fun match against Sky Blue, which I enjoyed the ending, man. The last 5 minutes was very good. I enjoyed it. You know, they never had me believing that Sky Blue was going to beat Tony Storm because there was just no chance that she was going to beat Tony. But I thought the match was very good for what it was. Afterwards, they continued the 2-on-1 beatdown. Willow Nightingale came out for the save. Tony Storm and Ruby Soho got out of the way, and we have a match for Collision Saturday night. Willow Nightingale and Sky Blue against Tony Storm and Ruby Soho. So it looks like they're featuring the women's champion on Collision, which is what it should be. You know, I've seen this rumor that Andrade wants new championships and a hard split. And I wanted a hard split at first, but I'm like, there's no need. Just balance it out where, you know, more than likely there's these group of individuals on Collision, and there's these group of individuals on Dynamite. Like, I'm pretty sure CM Punk's always going to be on Collision, and I'm pretty sure guys like the Elite and the Blackpool Combat Club are all going to be on Dynamite. Just balance it out in a nice way. So the fact that we have the women's champion on both Dynamite and Collision, I can appreciate that. I can. And speaking of Collision, the lineup was announced. We have all the matches announced for Collision. The main event, we have CM Punk teaming up with FTR to face Jay White, Juice Robinson, and Samoa Joe. And earlier in the night, they played a video package of CM Punk saying, I'm coming back for the same reason I came to AEW in the first place. It's because there's scores to settle in the locker room, and one of them is with Jay White, Juice Robinson, and Samoa Joe. It's like June the 17th, Chicago, Illinois. I'm back. And he says, I've got a lot to get off my chest. So it seems like Punk is speaking live Saturday night. They didn't confirm if he was having a talking segment or not, but he did say June 17th, Chicago, Illinois. I got a lot to get off my chest. So I don't know if he's going to be speaking or not, but listen, I'm interested. It's fucking CM Punk. He's the most controversial wrestler, maybe of all time. You know, people are interested for Saturday night. They're going to be watching because of him. They're watching Collision on Saturday night because of CM Punk. And I talked about it before on Sunday. You have your people that are thrilled to see CM Punk back, and you have your people who are very upset. They're angry, and they're not going to watch Collision because of CM Punk, and they're just going to stick to watching Dynamite. But I'm excited. I'm excited for Saturday night. I'm excited to see him. He's going to be treated like a king. He will be treated like a hero in Chicago on Saturday night. The test is going to be the following weeks when they're in Toronto and they're in Edmonton and wherever they're in Canada. That's going to be the test. Newark, New Jersey in about a month. That's the test. Not Saturday. Because we know he's going to be treated like a hero. So we'll see what happens. We got that match main event. We got Wardlow defending the TNT Championship against Luchasaurus. Miro, God's favorite champion. Oh, it's just so good. to say that he's back, man. I miss Miro. I do, okay? I'm excited, okay? He's my pick to beat Orange Cassidy. If I have to say someone to beat Orange Cassidy for that international championship, it's him. And I think it's a no-brainer. We'll see what happens. He's back. We got Sky Blue and Willow Nightingale against Tony Storm and Ruby Soho, and we have Buddy Matthews going 1-on-1 with Andrade El Idolo. That should be amazing. That match should be amazing. So that is Saturday night. Again, you guys are getting a 2-for-1 special from your boy on Saturday night. You're going to get a live watch along Saturday night from me, and you're going to get the review afterwards with myself and Wesley Williams. Cameron Johnson, I believe, will not be available, I think. But you're getting a 2-for-1 on Saturday night, okay? Yeah. And then Forbidden Door. In 11 days, we got Will Ospreay. He's challenging Kenny Omega for the IWGP United States Championship. Bryan Danielson against Kazuchika Okada. Which, by the way, bold prediction, I think Okada shows up on Dynamite next Wednesday. MJF defending the AEW World Championship against Hiroshi Tanahashi. That should be the main event. Sonata defending the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship against Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy wasn't on the show last year. He's on the show this year He's challenging Sonata for his IWGP World Championship. A lot of people, not a lot of people are a fan of it. I'm okay with it. Against Jungle Boy on the pay-per-view, he's in a World Championship match, and he's going to take another loss, and it's going to continue the storyline of him eventually being frustrated and turning on Hook. He's now talking how Hook's his best friend, and it's going to be the summer of Jungle Hook, all this bullshit. That's going to lead to him turning on Hook. No doubt in my mind. He said he's going to win the championship this year. There's no doubt that he's going to be the next FTW champion. So we got that to look forward to. And then also, not confirmed, but basically confirmed, Zack Sabre Jr. challenging Orange Cassidy for the International Championship. That should be a fun time. The main event of Dynamite tonight. Blackpool Combat Club, Jon Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, and Wheeler Yuta against the Young Bucks and Adam Hangman Page. Okay, very fun main event. Good stuff for all these guys. The Elite get their win back from Anarchy in the Arena. They take out Wheeler Yuta at the end. This was a very fun match, very chaotic. And the Elite get their win. The Young Bucks have their first match together ever on AEW television, and they get the win over the Blackpool Combat Club. Afterwards, we got chaos. We got chaos afterwards. After the match, Claudio continues his beatdown on Hangman Page, and out comes Eddie Kingston, the returning Eddie Kingston. He's back in AEW. He's scheduled to be in the G1 tournament in New Japan. Good for him. He's got a lot of good matches lined up. I think Tanahashi's in his bracket. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure. I think Tanahashi's in his bracket. I know Ishii is, and I know Shingo Takagi is. But good for him, man. That's a wrestler's dream to be in the G1 tournament, and he's going to be in it. Good for Eddie Kingston. He's back. He went right after Claudio. He hit the spinning back fist on Wheeler Yuta. He hit a spinning back fist on Claudio. He turned around, and Jon Moxley was standing right there. Then the Young Bucks, they attack Moxley, and Eddie Kingston pulls Moxley off of he pulls the Young Bucks off of Moxley because him and Moxley, they're boys. Eddie Kingston loves Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley loves Eddie Kingston. So they pull Eddie off, or Eddie pulls the Young Bucks off. Moxley then gets in his face. He pushes Eddie Kingston. Those two are getting in each other's faces. Out comes Konosuke Takeshita and Don Callis. Takeshita attacks Eddie Kingston from behind. He's now attacking the Young Bucks. Out comes Kenny Omega. Omega, he's back, and he goes right after Takeshita. He's beating him up. He's got a position for the one-winged angel. Not the one-winged angel, the V-trigger. He's going for it. He's running the ropes, and he gets hit from behind by Will Ospreay to a huge ovation. Picks him up, hits the Storm Zero, and he's back for his revenge. This was a very chaotic ending to Dynamite. The final 5 minutes of Dynamite was very fun. It might have been one of the best endings to a Dynamite show all year. I'll have to go back and think about it, but the ending was nuts, and it ended what was an excellent episode from Washington, D.C. I'm excited for Collision on Saturday night, man. They got me. I'm hyped. Debut episode, United Center, CM Punk's back. It's going to be a newsworthy night. It has to be. And I think that Saturday night, Tony Khan's getting CM Punk on Forbidden Door. There is no way CM Punk is not wrestling on Forbidden Door. I think we're going to see who CM Punk's Forbidden Door opponent is on Saturday night. And I'm very interested to see who it is. Could it be Kenta? We'll see. But Saturday night should be awesome. I'm going to be doing a live watch along right here on the Big Fight Fuel channel. I'll let you guys know Saturday. I'll send out the notifications, all that good stuff. I'm very hyped. And then right afterwards, not Dynamite, Collision review, myself, Wesley Williams, talking about Collision, man. Should be a good time. But thank you so much for watching this video. There was a lot to dive into and a lot to digest with this show tonight. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. Comment down below your thoughts on tonight's excellent episode of AEW Dynamite. Hit the like button if you like what you hear from me. Follow me on Twitter at Conlon_Joseph. And I will see you guys right back here Saturday night for the live watch along of Collision. I'm hyped. I'm very hyped, man. I'm getting out of here. I'm out. And I'll see you all Saturday. Have a good night. Stay safe. And as always, stay classy. I'm out. Peace.